My dear dwarf, dragons are clearly and by far the most cultured of all monsters.
How dare you! It's clearly the dwarves!
My dear sir, I must disagree. Dragons have troves of knowledge and mountains of treasure.
Dwarves have bows! And even better than that, warhammers!
Now you listen here, you little rapscallion.
How dare you, overgrown fire lizard!
Both wrong. Because the most cultured monster of them all is a slime. How's it going, Warlords? The Dark Britain is back to entertain on the story of the most cultured monster. And dare I say, man. This is not some defying dragon or brawny dwarf or elegant fairy. This is a terror that has been haunting the clothes of anime women for nigh a millennia. Yes, Nakama, we are going to discuss a slime. But this isn't just anyone. This is Rimuru Tempest, the ruler and lord of the Tempest Federation, the greatest city of monsters to ever have and will be. While I do joke, I am serious about the claim that this is a true man of culture. Within Rimuru resides the heart of the mightiest Chadliest of all. We call him Weebdora, or the Storm Dragon Valdora, as he was previously in a past life. But I digress, because this isn't about the dragon living inside this little monster. This is a breakdown of the man, the Chad, the slime, and what makes him truly outstanding. Vision. With many anime series, there are a plethora of instances where their ideas of knowledge serve as the foundation for what happened in the story. When examining that time I got reincarnated as a slime, Rimuru Tempest places his ideas and knowledge into the fabric of the Jura Tempest Federation, the city of monsters he founded within the Forest of Tempest. For those that are fans of RPGs, the founding of the village and the thought placed into the environment draws such parallels to a point where watching the development of the region serves as an added bonus to the progression of the story. With each episode, we notice new buildings and are witness to discussions that feel like we are watching the prior architects of the world's greatest civilizations establishing the foundation within their own city's infancy. In the Tempest Federation comes art and music. This realm of monsters begins to dabble in the facet of entertainment as well. A simple concept to most, but a critical one when seeking to create a world and a home within it. Some do not consider the OVAs and slice-to-life adaptation to count towards the overall lore, but I do, because as I mentioned during the Slimes portion of my Best of 2021 video, it is within these formats that we find the core cruxes of the societal establishment. You will have to watch the OVA to learn what it was, but the national sport that was introduced allows Rimuru to integrate his past Japanese culture into a world of humorous monsters. Here, we can see the vision that Rimuru brings to this new world and to the lives of those that live under his authority. Humility. The tangent of the societal development is going to be continued. However, this lens will shift focus more on what the squishy lord has become to his inhabitants. As I mentioned, I'm counting the Slice of Life series into the overall lore of the show, and fully recommend it as a watch for fans of the series, because within that we are introduced to the entirety of the Tempest Federation helping out with harvesting, and I mean everyone. While I am someone that is heavily invested into world building and the mechanisms and ideas that go into developing the environment and infrastructure, I above all else am an advocate for the types of leadership society needs in order to be prosperous. From my research into state building throughout the history of the world, those that have been incredibly successful have had leaders that the population were able to fully rally around. Not a king, but someone among them that leads through example and is among them during various tasks. This inspires and instills an innate sense of loyalty and love that is prevalent in the inhabitants as they greet and engage with Rimuru. There is a theme throughout the show that slimes are lowly creatures, and to many that watch fantasy and isekai, that is understandably very true. But it is not something that plays into Rimuru's character. He does not seek to overstate his power with those that look down on him. And as we see the city of monsters grow, it is quite apparent that he does not look down on his subjects. In many cases, it seems as if he may be too friendly, a trait that will be prevalent as we begin to finish this list of outstanding qualities. Finally, class. This may come as a huge surprise to anyone who knows about isekai or got to witness the antics of Rimuru as he expressed his final words before diving in a human world. But our slime is actually a monster of class. Within his role as our protag-kun, Rimuru has undergone many ventures to signify his classy nature. Of course, this does have to include the amount of class a ruler must have to be able to educate and teach his younger denizens about the finer things in life. And if this involves spending time at a lovely establishment filled with beautiful women, then damn it, that's just what an awesome ruler must do. He understands that fine women like Shion and Suna do not want to be out gallivanting late at night. While they do end up showing up, it takes a true ruler to make such decisions, and a classy one to be able to know what company the ladies of his court like to keep. And when confronted, he admits when he's wrong and takes his comeuppance. While this was a humorous example, I now trend to those instances of serious note. His class and character being tested when he returns to the ashes of Tempest. In order to avoid spoilers, and a huge rant on why this was all his fault to begin with, I will summarize the best I can. Bad people did bad things to our beloved city, while Rimuru finally learned that he should be more cautious. When understanding the common aspect of class are those with a high status, strong sense of fairness, or general wisdom that garners respect. All these Rimuru must fall to when seeking to dole out punishment for the crimes that befell his people. And when I tell you, man, it was so refreshing seeing him treat bad people with the same malicious intent that was thrown at his people. Those that initiated the war, they received their comeuppance and made the Tempest Federation stronger than it was before, and for the key of their operation. For those unfamiliar with the anime, this involves betrayal. Someone that infiltrates the inner workings simply to ensure that a barrier prevented Rimuru from saving his subjects. But in a twisted sense of fate, the barrier created a dome that allowed for Rimuru to truly perform a 3% miracle. I will not name this traitor, but what Rimuru was able to accomplish by sparing them showed the true nature of this gelatinous monster. He has a strong heart to be able to endure such pain and still do his best to remain level-headed when engaging with someone many would not have been hesitated to eliminate. But that isn't who Rimuru is. You can see the sheer fury and the change in his demeanor, but you do not see cruelty. He listened to everyone and everything that happened in the encounter. He weighed a sound and logical judgment despite the fury within. If he had listened to me yelling at the screen, he would have killed her and been done with it. But that is not the ruler that Rimuru is meant to be. This is a monster of restraint, a being of dignity and fairness, and a man of culture. My friends, I highly advise that you give That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime a chance. And who knows, maybe gain a bit of culture yourself.
Oh, finally, I'm out. Hello, dragon. Did the mysterious voice agree with me? Ah, of course he did. Dwarves are awesome.
Hey you. Yeah you. The amazing Nakama that made it to the end of our content. Hi. I'm the Dark Briton with the Runaway Warlords, and I'd like to personally say thank you for being able to check out our video. If you like what we have, go ahead and subscribe. That'll really be able to help you out. If you want to check out another video, we have one right here. And also, we have a lovely playlist for you to check out right there. I'm the Dark Briton of the Runaway Warlords. Thank you so much for being with us on this journey. We'll catch you next time. Peace.